Welcome back. Vape Dr. Dan here again, and just gonna play with some of my new toys. I just got these fancy dancy ceramic tweezers. They're good for squeezing coils while you are pulsing them when you're building coils. If you check out my earlier videos or some of the other videos out there on building coils, you'll know what I mean by pulsing. Or if you hang on, then you'll find out later. So today I'm going to do another build on the list. We've got the macro coil and we've got the twisted wire nano coil out of the way. So next on the list is micro coil, very basic coil. A micro coil is any coil that is 5/64? Yeah, 5/64 of an inch in diameter. So gonna need our handy dandy vape toolbox. So we got our precision screwdriver set, which I have stuck my Allen key for my RDA in there. We are going to need our scissors to clip wick, pliers, pinching and pulling stuff, clippers for clipping wire, 26 gauge Kanthal, and our wick. So Pima cotton for this stuff anyways. Alright, so that being said, oh yeah, of course, gonna need our ohm meter and our RDA. Now, so as I was saying, macro coil, 5/64 of an inch. That's what size that screwdriver is. Let's get started in an up close view. Hey, where's my mod? We'll just do a quick transition. Alright, so first things first, we're going to grab ourselves a length of this 26 gauge Kanthal. We don't need a whole lot. That's probably enough right there. Give ourselves a little extra just so we got some wiggle room. And remember, if you've seen my other videos, I'll always keep my finger down there. That's to hold it from unspooling it, because it will unspool itself like a crazy person if you don't hold it down. So, as always, bend it right back up into that hole again, just to keep everything nice and tight. We've got our wire. We're going to, just like with the macro coil, we're going to take it, pinch it between our index finger and our thumb, and wrap it nice and as tight as you can around the screwdriver. 2 wraps, 3 wraps, 4 wraps, 5 wraps, 6 wraps, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to go for 10. 10 wraps. And snippy. Make one lead longer than the other so it's easier to play with in the deck. And then we do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Squish it together a bit. And there we have it. 2 coils. Now we're going to take our base and we're going to position them. So we're going to put one in the bottom and one in the top. I'm going to do it the other way because that's the way the leads are going. Take our screwdriver, position it nicely, grab our little Allen key, tighten that right down. Oops. Some horrible glare off that flash. Alright. And the other one. Same deal. Screwdriver's going a little haywire. We're just going to get that screwdriver right out of there. Now the first one, and it's a little easier to work with. Twist that. Tighten it right up. I have to clip the wire. I want it to read as a short. And clip off the excess leads as close to the post as we can. One coil is installed. Alright. Coil number 2. This time, the leads are going the other way. So, we're going to put the long one in the top and the short one in the bottom. Put our screwdriver in there for positioning. Flip that around so it's a little easier to work on. Tighten up this side. Pull the screwdriver out. That up a bit. Tighten in the other side. With the leads. Alright, now we're cooking with oil. See those. A little bit more positioning assistance with the screwdriver. Also help tighten them up just a touch. A wee bit. Random Scottish accent insert. And there we have it. Let's check out. Let's quickly go over these screws quickly first, actually. I do realize that I am the head of the Department of Redundancies department, but that is okay. And flick that on. Let's see what we're reading. We got 0.79. Almost a 0.8 build here. Now we're going to unscrew that. Take a quick toot on our mod before we take off the tank. Throw that on there just so that it's out of the way. Move the whole unit over the side. Now, here's what I was talking about with the pulsing. What we're doing is pulsing the battery just by pressing the button on and off. Try to get the coils to glow so we can pinch them up, make them tighter, make them a little more uniform. And pulse, pulse, pulse. This is where I get to try out my fancy new tweezers. Left side. seem to be glowing pretty uniformly. This one seems to be acting up a bit. There we go. Heating up and cooling down at the same rate. Good to go. Now we're ready to wick. So, us. Now we're cooking with oil. Lock that mod. Grab us some wick. Don't need a whole heck of a lot. It's a pretty small coil. So that's not all going to fit through that coil. So I'm just going to separate this, and we're going to see if I can do this actually for 2 wicks. So twist up the end. Poke it through. Grab it with your pliers. And yank it on the rest of the way through. It's nice and snug in there. All these extra fibers are just going to pull off. On the other side, we're going to do the same thing, and hopefully this one's not going to be too small for it. I'm really digging those ceramic pliers. I made that a lot faster. $15 I picked those things up for. Worth every dollar. Once again, where I buy all of my vape stuff is Cold Turkey Vape Shop. Mostly because it's really close to my house. Also because I'm really helpful staff there. I find most of the vape community is in general. Alright. There we go. We're just going to take our scissors and just go snippy snippy. And on the other side, snippy snippy. Take our screwdriver, tuck that down into the juice well. Same thing on the other side. Make sure there's a nice little airflow hole there. Same thing with the other side. Tuck it down into the juice well. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Make sure there's a nice airflow hole. See right through to the other side. Now it's time to juice her up. This cotton's got some serious break-in time. You gotta definitely let it all get fully absorbed. Fully saturated, I mean. Same kind of idea, except for absorbed, you're talking about the liquid. Saturated, you're talking about the cotton. Paint, paint, paint. This is my first time using one of these little dropper things. This is kind of handy. Alright, what do we got here? Some vapors going? Oh, I locked them on. Duh. These unlock. There we go. There we go. Now working with some oil again. Add a couple more drops just for the amount that I burned off there. And we're going to throw the cap on, take it back out to FaceTime, or whatever you want to call it, when you're looking at my face. And we'll see how she vapes. Alright, now we've taken our coil build here that we just built, that nano coil setup. Throw our cap on my favorite RDA. Make sure the little robot happy face thing is going on there. And let's take a toot. Pretty good vapor. Not bad flavor. pretty good on the flavor side too. We're running at a 0.6 it came down to. Holy smokes. Yep. Definitely liking the micro coil. It's was the first coil I ever built. And it's a good solid setup. Get lots of vapor if you do it properly. You got lots of flavor. It's just your basic coil too. So hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope this helps some newbies. Remember, stay smurfy.